Hey fam, welcome back to KarmaTarot. Thank you for joining us. If you're new, welcome and don't forget to subscribe. This is a collective reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Roles can be reversed. Feminine, masculine, doesn't matter. It's all energy. So switch the roles as needed, okay? Also, I'm going to do a live after this to do all the signs, what to expect this weekend. But this other energy kept trying to pop out. So there's something about someone that has been possibly even crying, fearing that they've lost someone for good. Feel like that the fear of commitment has cost them the love of their life, okay? They're saying that this person is the love of their life. This person could be opposite, could be different than uh, their normal type, or like something society they may think would frown upon. Okay, but it's like Romeo and Juliet, I just heard. So it's like people trying to prevent this divine connection from coming together, because when two divine people connect, it becomes even more powerful than when they're alone, okay? Or with someone else. It is very abundant. They are like twin flames or soulmates, but there's many different soulmates. Some are karmic lessons, and they're all meant to be a part of your growth. So no matter what the connection, every person is brought in our path for a reason. But you know the difference when it's you feel like it's part of your soul, okay? So, and knowing that is your divine person that the Most High is gifting you is never going to be anyone that harms you or anything like that. I mean, you may, disagree upon something, but it's never going to be anything crazy or physical or anything like that. So never think that those are anything that God gifted you with. Those types are karmic lessons to learn to have self love, and also, uh, you know, the hardships that we go through aren't punishments from God. It's very common in divine beings of the light, because of the fact that you become so much stronger, and God needs you to be strong, and you have to go through those types of lessons. If you didn't go through them, you wouldn't be as strong as you are now. It pretty much taught you, all the hardships pretty much taught you how to fight. You know what I mean? Not necessarily physically, but just in general, to fight for yourself, to stand up for yourself, and so forth. If you didn't go through those lessons, you wouldn't know even half the things that you know now. So don't look at hardships as punishment, because all it did was make you stronger. And, you know, other people that you may have thought they didn't have to go through so much trouble, and they or whatever, like say growing up you were always the one that had hardships and had a tough time, but everyone else didn't, okay? But that's because you were chosen. And those people would not have made it. Someone doesn't want me to tell you this, but they wouldn't have made it. They would not have had nowhere near the strength as you. And all of those things, you're still standing, you're still here, and that is because you're chosen. If you weren't chosen, you would have broke a long time ago. And that's where, some people forget that. Yeah, you've been through all that, but you made it. and you're looking good too. So, I mean, if that isn't a chosen person, then I don't know what is. Uh, if that happened, if the things you've been through, if they've been through any of that, they would not have, they would have gave up a long time ago. And you're special, you're chosen, you know? But I don't know why that was important to talk about, but this is actually something totally different. But I already pulled some cards because I kept getting a message about someone crying, fearing that they've lost someone that they realize is the love of their life. And what it is negative influences telling you, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, but no one knows who you love, okay? And no one knows how you feel inside. And only you know those feelings, you know? And it's, when it's divine, it's like, you can't even explain it. It's like, it has no words. That's how divine it is. Just like, you know, God doesn't speak with words, you know? It's like unexplainable, magical, a pull, magnetic pull. And no matter who you try to replace it or forget about it or put it in the back of your mind, it doesn't go away. And that's because once your souls recognized each other, you can't forget it. It's like once you see something, you can't unsee it, in that type of sense. So, but there's something here about watching, waiting, wanting to offer something or do something. Um, and you're deserving of it. You know, this is your justice to have what it is that you're waiting for. You see here, we're waiting, but it's like they put in the work and they're waiting for the ship to come in, but it's like something needs to end or something is ending, okay? Or an ending could bring a realization of this love or some sort of decision that someone doesn't want to see, okay? Someone's trying not to see the problem so they don't have to deal with it. um but it has to do with this empress, okay? And someone's been putting a lot of their energy into work, instead of seeing the problem or the issues. Okay, the number 21 could be significant. Also 11 and 2. Yeah. Someone sees you as a star, or you are their wish fulfillment. But there's something here about, you know, this King of Pentacles here is smiling, looking at this ending of a relationship. So it's like he knows it'll make him happy to end something to begin, because the death card is always death and rebirth in number 13. So, and then Two of Cups in reverse is, you know, someone not talking and or breaking up, a breakup. But he's like looking at it. That's why it came out on the table. So he's smiling at that, you know. Like he knows that this will bring a new beginning. Like he knows that an ending brings a new beginning. But it's like blinding again. Like there's a lot of blindfolds here, a mask, not wanting to see things clearly, possibly because of outside sources or just, you know, societal norms or whatever the case may be. Or, you know, and also you see this person as being very independent on their own, like they don't need you. And it's like you almost hold this person on a pedestal, you know, like you see them as a star, an empress, a nurturing, you know, mother that provides and also uh, works very hard and so forth. But it's like, this is like trapped in the mind. Okay, so what's needed to come forth can't, because instead of taking action, someone's just going like round and round in their mind about the decisions that they need to make. And it has to do with offering some type of stability, okay, which could be due to obligations to someone else. Oops, sorry. Which could be due to, obligations to another person, maybe shared resources and so forth. There's some type of third party that is connected here. There's also a mother, a grandmother, a friend, possibly, that could be contributing to this. Uh, but yeah, the cycle, the cycle is over. So it's like waiting for something, but knowing that the cycle's been over. Whatever cycle you're in is like, it's been done. It and that's like, staying in something that was only supposed to be temporary and staying in it long term. It's like stagnating the progress of you. Either way, even without considering another connection, it's still like stopping your progress of your ascensions, because it's something you've already learned the lesson. You've already, been through the cycle, and you've learned what you needed to learn there. And that's possibly why you put all your energy into your work, to avoid this. Okay, but this is like a gift. This is your justice. You know, you could have prayed for this, or for some clarity, or there's something. It Spirit kept saying that this person needed guidance. So let's pull some other cards. Come to the edge. Yeah. Number 36. 369. That's used for manifesting. 1444 on the clock. But come to the edge, like being willing to take risks. Not like major crazy risk, but to begin again, the Fool, to start over. With some guidance for this person. Treasure Island. Yeah. Someone's been like moving really slow, but it's like speeding up. The number 9 could be significant. What I just say, 3, 6, and then 9. Treasure Island. Yeah, this is your treasure. Like, this is your reward for like. This is literally your reward from God. Whatever this is trying to come in that you're blocking by staying stagnant in. I mean, this could be, I did feel like it was connected with, love, but if not, it could be, staying stagnant at a job that you've been, over it, or you're not feeling appreciated. And by staying there, it's preventing you from seeing the other opportunity that's been waiting for you, that God sent to you, you know. But it's like having faith in, the signs and God showing you that the path that you're on, you know, it's no longer needed. And that's another way you can know, like, even no matter what the circumstance. If something becomes boring or stagnant, silent like sign that you've, how do I say this? Like, you've done everything in that timeline. There's nothing else to do in that timeline. So it's time to move further. Um, yeah, because it's stagnant, but it's like, yeah, I mean, sometimes things get boring in relationships or jobs, but I mean, you just know that it's like the spark. It's like you've tried, like, okay, some people have off days, but if this is a steady off for a while, then it's the cycle is complete. Okay. I mean, you should always like try to respark it, but if you've been trying to respark it for like a year and it's still the same, then something's got to give, you know? And depending on how close or deep or how long you've been at the job or whatever, depends on how long you should try to reignite or whatever it is. But that's all determined up to you. I mean, you have free will, but you know, you just know, like, trust yourself before anyone else because, you know, God speaks directly to you and in your own way, the way you would receive it. Everyone communicates with God is like in your way that He knows you will understand. So, but you have to be open to the messages also. And your body will give you a lot of signs too. Like, you know, uh, fight or flight. No one had to learn that. That was a, you know, life saving uh, gift to protect us in this world that we were given. We never had to learn it. It automatically shows us or tells us to do something or, you know, to fight or flight, you know, fight or run. So, yeah, since you were a tiny, tiny little child, that was an instinct that came over you. And that's like those same type of feelings is how your body will speak to you in other ways. Like when you go into a room, you could tell, like, you can feel the negative energy, like someone just argued in there, but you weren't in there, like, you don't know, but you can feel it in the air, you know? Um, you know something's off, you know, your body is telling you something's not right. All of those things are very important. Don't brush them off. They are your for your protection. And you know, God gave you those things for a reason. So don't brush it off. Your body will tell you a lot, actually, and it could possibly save your life one day. Always trust yourself. Forget what someone's saying and all that. Like, blink all that out. Listen to not the second voice in your head. Like when you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, nah, you're not gonna make it, or something like that. That second voice, don't listen to that one. The first one is the divine, okay? Your first instinct. That's why they say always follow your gut. When you second guess yourself, you end up wrong. You're like, man, I was gonna choose that one. Like if you're playing a game or something and whatever, but you know what I'm saying. It's hard to explain, but if you have questions, like don't be afraid to ask. I could, you know, explain it better for you, possibly. No, but for real, like, don't be afraid to ask. Like, you can email me privately. You don't have to put it in the comments. You can email me at queenkarmatarot@gmail.com. And like, you know, you don't have to pay for it. Like, we can talk. I can, like, you know, talk to you about stuff or whatever. So, yeah, the number 21 could be significant, and 41, we have soulmates and clean it up. So, yeah, you have some cleaning up to do so you can come towards this soulmate. You know what I'm saying? All the sneaky links, exes still call, still have the number, still randomly what you doing and all that. That all needs to get cleaned up. That could be what you're doing, but it's saying you should do that. I don't know if you are, but because I don't know who this is for, but yeah, there's a soulmate trying to come in, but you need to clean up these old things that no longer serve you. Which it could be, you know, ex is still texting, or holding on to old items, old gifts. That all brings stagnant energy, and it can make you be stagnant. It's like feng shui. You can look that up. Um, it's really interesting, but you know, items hold energy. So, like I said, if someone gives you a gift, you know, they could have negative energy on it and stuff like that. But also, like, if that cycle's over and it's like, you know, if it's something like heartfelt that a loved one that passed away gave you or something like that, keep it, but like put it in a box or something. Like, don't have it near your bed, or like certain places. I don't know. Look up feng shui, and I'm not like an expert in it, but look it up and it will explain more to you about holding on to old items. Okay. So yeah, this soulmate's trying to come in, and the aw, they're holding a key. So, like, you have the key to someone's heart. Yeah, you have the key to someone's heart right there. But there's some cleaning up you need to do. Maybe you need to, you know, clean yourself up. Maybe you need to clean your act up. Maybe you need to, you know, apologize. Or, yeah, maybe you need to clean it up by, you know, like I said, apologizing. Um, Clearing the air. You know what I mean? What other guidance do they need? Yeah, this was faded. This was all faded. The number 17 could be significant. Yeah, this is a faded connection. And we also have the star again. Someone could be in the public eye. They see you as a star. Look, happy, happy at the bottom. If you want to, and look, a star. Look at that. Like, you are their wish fulfillment. I feel like it's reciprocated. There's so many stars here. Like, you are each other's wish fulfillment. You are soulmates. You know, this is your treasure. This is your gift. You know? But it's like, I don't want to see, like, God gave me a gift. I don't want to open it. Like, it's going to be bad or something. Come on. It's like, why wouldn't you want to open your eyes and see the gift? Accept it. Be grateful for it. Appreciate it. Love it. Enjoy it. Yeah, this is going to make you very happy and abundant and stable. Yeah, very happy, happy. The number 26 could be significant. And 6 and 2 is 8. Okay. Yeah. Someone wants to build with you, have a baby with you, or do we have an egg here? See? Also, like, create things with you, like create a whole new world, is what I just heard. Yeah, you guys are going to create a whole new world together. And that's why these negative energies try to block it. Because when two like divine people come together, it's very powerful. And it not only affects each other, but it literally like has an effect throughout the world. You may feel like it's a small thing, but and I just saw 1101. That's the time on the computer. But you may think this is something small and, insignificant, but this is something much greater than the eye can see. Yeah, this is something divine. This is something God already has planned. Like, this person's glowing like an angel. Like, there's something very powerful about a divine connection coming together and making changes in the world. Somehow this is going to be, it's going to affect a lot of people in a good way. Yes, there may be some that disagree with it, but those are just the ones that, and I just saw 2828, those are the ones that are not in their north node. They're not in their light energy, and they're more so jealous or, uh, you know, and there's always, the more levels you get, more devils. You know what I'm saying? So the more divine you become, there's going to be more devils that come and try to knock you off your path. And you have to remember that, especially when you are ascending. They're going to come left and right and try to, you know, sneak up on you, all that. Not like necessarily real life, but like through other people, temptations, different things that will take you off your path. Entities use these people as a vessel to block you. you know yeah, this person in this connection or whatever the situation is going to bring you peace. We have an egg here too, see that? And there's like a face in the egg. Doves, and also a star here too. Doves are definitely significant. White birds. You could be seeing feathers and hearts. Yeah, this is going to bring you peace. This is your gift from God. One more. So 3 came out. At the bottom is 14. This is hidden energy, truth be told. So it's a time for someone to take the mask off and tell the truth, or they are getting a truth or clarity about something. A mask is coming off, revealing, someone could have always been taught to be a certain way, live a certain way, and they're ready to be their self. They want to be their self. So we have orphaned. So you could have been an orphan or lived in foster homes or things like that. You could have a fear of abandonment. You could have been through a lot as a child, and that causes a lot of fear. For some reason, the camera just randomly cut off. So that was whack. But yeah, this is saying to, you know, follow the guidance of your own book. You know, what feels right to you. Like I said, God gives us those instincts, those gifts of knowing, like we know when it's right and wrong. You know, when we know we're not doing something right, we have a feeling about it and stuff when we do something we know is wrong and stuff like that. But when you feel something is right, that is the divine path. When you feel that it is right for you, which only you will know that, okay? And yes, I do feel like this still needs to be healed. And you see how it's dark here and then it becomes lighter, going towards your own book. You know, it brings you out. I feel like this connection is going to actually help heal you because you go from this and you're between worlds. But if you're following, you know, the path that makes you feel good, that makes you happy, it is going to bring you out of this and heal this part of you that has been suffering for so long. And I feel like you will know that it's right for you. It'll be different. It won't be like it won't feel like the ones that have left you behind. It will feel different. Like you will know in your heart. And this was a fated soulmate that is, you know, your treasure. You could like pirates. Actually I do like Pirates of the Caribbean, but yeah, when they when the this person comes out of this dark energy, they're wearing a crown. Like they get crowned, like rewarded for being brave and coming out of this. They are being rewarded with a crown. And you see how it gets lighter here. Staying in this dark, saddened energy, angry, is keeping them in the dark, I'm hearing. And, you know, sometimes we have to force ourselves. Force sounds harsh, but pull ourselves out of negative thought, negative patterns, because, you know, really it's up to us to do that, to make a change within ourselves. And sometimes we're, you know, no one's going to save us but ourselves. And we have to pull ourselves out of those negative situations and being in regret. Like, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be angry. What I'm saying is, when you sit in it for a long time, that's when it becomes dark. So it's okay to release it and be in it. You're supposed to feel those feelings so you can release it from your energy. But when you dwell in it and stay in that energy and, you know, keep focusing on it, well, this happened in the past and this happened in the past, and it's like every time you rethink it and you pretty much relive it again like the first time. I learned that somewhere, I can't quote where, but that's kind of how the brain works. Like every time you rethink that old pain, it like comes back to you and makes you upset again, like it's the first time it's happened. It's like every time you relive a memory, it's like it happens again for the first time, which if it's negative, it's pouring all that negative things back into you, like it's happening over and over again. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you understood that, but I hope you did. But like I said, if you have questions, email me, okay? Let's get I'm gonna get a card from here, and then I'm going to pull some other cards to see if we can get a description of who this person is, to give you more clarity, okay? And then we're gonna end it there, because I feel like that will be helpful to make the message more clear. No one is perfect, so have forgiveness. Remember, no one is perfect. And I don't know why I'm being called to say this, but forgive others. Forgiving others is not for them. Forgiving others is for yourself, because as long as you hold on to the I would say, how should I say it, like holding on to like grudges of a person, of what they did and stuff like that, all it does is keep you attached to it, like attached to that person. Even if you've left them or whatever the case, but if you still hold that grudge, it affects you. It doesn't affect them. It and it also keeps like this invisible string and keeps you tied and connected. But when you release that, whatever it is, part of the grudge or whatever it is, once you release it, you release that energy. So until you do, there's always going to be like a string connecting, like an invisible string that connects you to that old tie, that old timeline, okay? Don't accept food or drinks from others. Someone could be doing some type of spell work or poison, toxic. They could be putting something in your food or drinks. Yeah, it came out again. Yeah, don't eat or like, you don't know. Some people are weird, man. You don't know what. Believe me, if I told you the stories that I've lived through and witnessed, stay ready. You won't have to get ready. I feel like you are ready. You just haven't done it. Yeah, I feel like you are ready. Accept doubt and transform it into trust. Yeah, you have a lot of doubts of, you know, and I see 144, but I'm getting that these doubts are coming from other people. And these people, you know, they may want good for you, but they don't want you to do better than them or have more than them, or, you know, and I heard this from one of my favorite tarot readers. I think he's called Elect of the Living God. I hope I said it right. But that's what he said, you know. People, you know, this world is a competition. Everyone wants to compete, okay? So even those that want you to do good, no one actually really wants you to do better than them. Um, you know, most people that are not high vibrating, that's how they are. They're, you know, spiritually blind, and they're not going to always see things the way they do, the way you do. I'm sorry. I feel like a card fell. I think it ended up in the other pile. Yeah. Someone is emotionally unstable, like I said at the beginning. We want some description or some more information to give more confirmation of this person or the situation, to give more clarity. Yeah, someone could have just been a cloud. I just saw 1017. Someone could have just been like a cloud chaser, or you could have been. That could be something you need to change. Well, someone's name could start with a G. George, Gabriella, green. The color green could be significant. Gary, Giovanni. Someone could be a ginger. Like someone could have red hair and freckles. What else, Spirit, that can give this person confirmation? Gustavo. And when I see George, I'm also thinking of money. So yeah, this person, someone could have only been about money. Yeah, this other person or whoever, they are starting to worry because maybe you're changing, or they see a change in you. I heard like they're starting to worry because they know that you're like awakening, like they wanted to hold you into this like box when the box doesn't even exist. That takes me back to this, like that invisible entrapment. Like really, this person feels like they can't get out, but it's really all a thought, because yeah, they can actually wiggle out of the rope and the path is clear. The swords aren't blocking her. It's all an illusion. Like she's in a puddle, but it feels like a lake, like this person thinks they're trapped, but it's just in their mind. Yeah, someone could be from Japan, the US, Finland, China. Someone could have Egyptian ancestors. It came out again. Nigeria, Ireland, Brazil. Portugal. I don't know why I said that funny, but I don't know why all these piles want to come out. More simple, Spirit, please. They know you know. And it said, if you know, you know. Spirit, some more confirmation, please. To give them clarity for the good of all. Someone is like, what the fuck? Yeah, we got this last time, but somebody banged someone. I'm getting like F someone, like sex someone. Someone is not who they say they are. I'm getting gangbang. Yeah, somebody's, oh, yeah. There is a stalker, and you're wrong about who it is. Yeah, there's like a clout chasing hoe that is like all blocking your energy. Like, someone could have like, whatever. They could have like messed with all your friends. Yeah, that's why they're worried. because you're starting to awaken to what's really going on. They could have been playing you for a minute. They could have effed all your friends. Maybe you didn't even know. You thought these people were your. This could have been. Yeah, I literally see at the top of both of my decks it says D, and it says valuable lesson, and it says severing ties unpredictable. What does that say? Independence. So you were learning to be independent. You could have been part of a group, and you know you could have agreed with the group or whatever. But yeah, if you know, you know. But now you're realizing like somebody could have like a virus or STD going around. It's bad news. Yeah, probably from the gang bang or whatever you want to call it. It don't necessarily have to be a gang, but you know what I mean? Yeah, somebody needs to slow down until, whoa, they have self-control. Wow. Yeah, somebody's like easy provoked. They're impulsive. They don't think before they do things. There's a lot that they're hiding of things that they do impulsively. Yeah. Someone could be in the spotlight or soon getting public recognition. Someone could also be moving homes, changing jobs. Someone's name could start with a B. Someone, that's the person that they're overlooking. You could be having occurrences with entity ghost spirits. They could be trying or already have tried to use you as a vessel, maybe because you're doing dark things or negative things. It makes you more vulnerable. I would start praying, and I would also tell it to leave firmly and leave anyone around you. Pray, okay? Yeah. A cat could have like walked in front of your car or something when you're about to pull out or anything like that, and it was protecting you from negative entities, spirits, negative spirits that were trying to follow you. Yeah, that could be why you have a reason to worry, or another person has a reason to worry. Yeah, stalker alert. They could have brown hair, brown eyes. Lighten up and be more playful, okay? Try to get out of this negative energy. I just saw, oh, I thought it was something else. Try to be more lighthearted, playful. Get in touch with your, your inner child, and it could really create some healing and also get you out of this negative energy of regret and remorse. This could be, past energy that you've done that you feel bad for, disgusted for, whatever you feel. But God doesn't look at you that way, and, you know, embrace your dark side, not by continuing it, but knowing that they were all lessons that you learned that in the end brought you to a divine path that is overall creating the better person you're becoming. So never regret the past or things you may have done or anything like that, because it was all part of the journey and they were all meaningful lessons to create a better you, okay? And God doesn't dwell on those things either. When you're willing to accept your wrongs and change and stuff, God doesn't hold those things against you. So don't believe that if anyone told you that. God forgives, but you also have to want to change and also, you know, work on becoming a better person, which I feel like you are already a better person. I feel like this is past energy, or you are in the transition of changing right now, because God wouldn't gift you something that you're not deserving of. And this is a gift from God. So I feel like because you are deciding to change or seeing your wrongs and trying to make things right, that's exactly why God has given you this gift. And I really hope this helped. I love you. Bye.